Hi, I'm Brendan Lucas, a longtime Burlington resident, BCAT volunteer, and Burlington High School graduate. Recently, something has been going on in my neighborhood which concerns me and my neighbors. The Kia dealership on Cambridge Street in Burlington, which is owned by the billionaire Herb Chambers, seeks to expand into property which directly abuts our homes, especially my friend Sharon's backyard. Unfortunately, the representatives of Herb Chambers have not been transparent about the consequences of their proposal on our neighborhood. That's why my neighbors and I decided to put our boots on the ground and document the situation on Arlington Road and Cambridge Street involving the Herb Chambers Kia dealership and our residential homes. We urge town meeting of Burlington, Massachusetts to vote no against Herb Chambers' proposed text amendment which would allow the dealership to expand. Please help us fight against the unnecessary commercialization of our neighborhood.
Good afternoon. My name is Sharon Laurie, and I'm one of the abutters in regards to the text amendment bylaw that Herb Chambers is trying to get through, and we urge you to vote no. I have some of my neighbors here with you as well, and I would like to introduce each one of them to you.
Hi, I'm Sue Mayo. I'm also a resident in the area.
And I'm Mary Jean Lucas, also an Arlington Road resident and an abutter.
Right now, we're going to take you on a tour of the back of my yard so you can see exactly what's going on here. So please join us. So right now, we're out in my backyard. And as you can see, my yard directly abuts Cambridge Street. Cambridge Street, the property you see here up and to the left, or the right. The property that you see up to the right-hand side and way over in the corner is Herb Chambers. Additionally, behind this is a stormwater area. If the stormwater there's a failure at all in the stormwater or it overflows, it's going to flood all the properties. And as you can see, the properties start going downhill. None of us at this particular point in time have any water damage in our properties. We don't want to start now. And if that happens, it's up to us to have to prove that it's because of the building. And then we'd have to fight it. We'd have to pay for costs to fix it. And we may even have to get lawyers involved. Hi, this is the traffic on Cambridge Street, Route 3A, right near the Herb Chambers dealership on a typical Saturday at 1:35. This is not even rush hour traffic or the traffic when school's in session or there's an event in town. Currently, there's plans underway to change this to one lane up until the high school and then funnel it into 2 lanes. The traffic is bad as it is, and we are already having lots of discussions about traffic. It's only going to get worse.
This is the crosswalk at the bus stop at the intersection of Arlington Road and Cambridge Street. It's a very dangerous intersection, very congested with traffic. Currently, the walk lights are not working here. And we're concerned that the expansion at the Herb Chamber dealership will increase traffic in this area of Cambridge Street and also encourage cut-through traffic onto Arlington Road. This is Arlington Road. It's a dead-end street. It's a very narrow street with no sidewalks. 2 cars cannot pass at the same time. Delivery and trash trucks have to back up the entire length of the street. We have a fair amount of traffic on a Saturday coming through. We have a fair amount of cut-through traffic coming through from Cambridge Street, which we're worried will increase with the dealership expansion. We have spillover traffic from the schools.
So behind me is a residential property at 16 Arlington Road that is owned currently by Herb Chambers. They have told the neighborhood that they are currently not planning to do anything with this property. However, once you make this zoning change, they could come back and ask for a variance or ask to open it up. When Pass and Weiss owned the property, they tried to open this up into a driveway so they could park cars on it onto Arlington Road with the high school right behind it.
This residential property that is owned by Herb Chambers, 16 Arlington Road, is a critical thing for all of the neighbors. As you can see, it spans directly across the street from the high school. Pass and Whites were not allowed to make this into a cut-through parking lot area, and they did try twice. Herb Chambers was asked on November 16th if they would donate this piece of property to the town of Burlington. Mark Vaughn, their attorney, twice said no, which leads us to believe that if you pass any text amendment for Herb Chambers, we run a very high risk of having this piece of property become a cut-through for Herb Chambers.
Let us compare the physical premises of the dealership with this artist's rendition that was paid for by Herb Chambers. As you can see, this overly idealistic vision, which depicts no vehicles or pedestrians on Cambridge Street, obscures the difficult reality of traffic flow, which this proposed rezoning and expansion would significantly worsen. If Herb Chambers' proposal is such a good idea, why would he invest money into depicting the end result incompletely? We, the neighbors, compel the town of Burlington to prioritize the wider community's quality of life over the balance sheet of one billionaire's pocketbook.
This area is quite a quaint community, and that's what we're trying to save. I literally live across the street from the high school. We're at one of the drop-off areas for Burlington High. Children are dropped off here. This place is where people also come and stay for a few minutes if they have something quick to do at the high school. This is a dead-end street. The traffic flow increase would be detrimental. There are small students here from the lab. You have parents walking their children. You have teachers walking literally up this street to get some exercise. You have a group home that's always walking up and down this street in the summertime. It's a beautiful, peaceful space, and we're asking that you help us to reserve and maintain our integrity, our home, our space. The fact that we have to be here and do all of this stuff, does that make sense to anyone? This is a residential area. Herb Chambers is trying to get a rezone in a residential area. Herb Chambers is a multi-billionaire. He doesn't need to be here. Please help us. Please say no. Please help all of us keep our safety and our sanity.
We're back at 16 Arlington Road, the property that Herb Chambers owns that's residential. And just to reiterate what's transpired to date, Herb Chambers put a warrant for a text amendment to be at the town meeting. The abutters in the neighborhood passed around a letter, and we gathered 45 signatures and brought it to town meeting. At that point, Herb Chambers withdrew their warrant until a later date. They then held an informational meeting for the residents in the neighborhood, at which point they explained their vision. However, we still don't agree with their vision. The planning board had previously voted a no recommendation, but it came back to the planning board to see if it would pass their recommendation or not. And if it passes or doesn't pass, it will still go to town meeting on January 22nd, where a 2/3 majority of town meeting members have to vote yes in order for this amendment to pass. We, the neighborhood residents, urge you to vote no. Call your town precinct members and urge them to vote no. We definitely do not want this neighborhood disrupted.
The town meeting is January 22nd. Get their support, have them say no, vote this down. We ask and encourage everyone to come to that meeting so all of our voices will be heard. Just remember, this can happen in any neighborhood if we allow Herb Chambers to move forward. Please come join us, please support us, and thank you.